party people. Hi, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today with project number 3. From Bargain Bead Box Spring Blossoms mini-series for April. So here we are with project number 3. This is actually a twosie. This is a twosie. It's not a onesie. It's a twosie. So we're going to make these, we're going to get ourselves ready to bead with these really super quick and easy guys. And then we're going to move into doing these little guys with the dangly bits. And it's going to be a smashing good time. So if you are new here, welcome in. We are glad you are here and joining us. Whoa. I've been drinking Canadian Dry ginger ale and it's making me a little like bubbly. Making me a little bubbly. Anyway. Woo. All right, so we've got our beads and we've got our stuffy stuff. We got our plan. So let's get down to the mat. Get this party started. Okay, my party peeps, here we are on the mat. These are our little designs. This one's just to get us rocking and rolling. Easy peasy. And then this one is with the little fringe. So I'm super excited. I hope we can create these little earrings and have a lovely time. So let's give her a whirl, shall we? Let's get our beads out here. Okay, so that's for the second doings. This is for the first doings. Look how cute these are. They're just cute. Someone had mentioned they thought there was a hook on the other side where you could add a drop or something if you wanted to. That is up to you. I am not going to. I think that they're just smashing just like this. This is how I'm going. Although I guess you could go the other way if you wanted, depending on which way you like your taper. You could go larger to small or small to large. I'm going to go this way probably. I'm just going to grab up some jump rings here. We need some jump rings that kind of match the gold color at the very least. And we're going to need to add a couple of jump rings because our hook is not hanging the correct way. That's fine. The way I like it to hang anyways. So your earrings hang to the front. So we'll just add these two little jump rings. These are 4mm round. Just put this one on there. And then add a second one. If I can find. Okay. Am I just blind? I might be just blind. Let's try it, everyone. There we go. So just put that one like so. And then add our earring wire. Easy. And now they will just hang to the front. Can't beat that. I'm going to try this one again. I swear, I think that one is soldered. I can't see it. Ah, well, that's okay. Let's try another one of these. Alright, so one. I can hear Shannon upstairs just typing away. I should let you guys know if you're new here, this is a working studio. Thunderhorse Descendant is a working studio. We are here getting your things and your stuff packed and shipped. We're getting things on the internet. We've got animals. It's kind of a circus around here sometimes, but that's what we're doing. So if you hear any noises, that's just work. It's just work happening. Don't be alarmed. How cute are those? They're just plainsies, but they're just so good. I love them. I was one of the lucky ones who got 2 packs of the same. 2 packs of this one. So I could make 2 if I'd like. Now, down here on the bottom, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna snip that just so it doesn't get hung up on anybody. And I'm gonna give her a little file. My little file. Looking pretty good out of 10. Pretty good. There we go. Alright, those babies are ready to rock. So there's those 2. Now, on to the things at hand. Let's put those to the side. Actually, let me move them completely off the mat so they're not trying to steal the limelight. Alrighty, so here now is our round 2. So now, according to my little design up here, I wanted to have 1, 2, 3 little guys, 3 little fringes. I know, you're like, Randy, that's a lot of beads. It's really not. I just threw all of these spacers in here just because I was like, I might need them because I'm crazy. So don't worry about that. We got 3 pink ones, 3 of the pink, and then a few of these. I'm actually going to split these so I know how many I have for each side. These are the chips, the peridot chips. Oh, I got 1 extra one. I had one for this ring project and I threw it in here. So we actually have enough. It seems like it's got more, does it? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, no. Okay. 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8. There we go. So we got 8. And then we got some spacers. Now, here's the plan. I'm going to first get out some of my ball head pins. Need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to wire wrap up these guys here. Then we will move on to wire, and I have 22 gauge artistic wire for the remainder of once we get these guys wound up. So I'm going to be using 22 artistic gauge in gold. So first things first, I haven't really landed on the design that I want the fringe to be in, but for right now I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to wind up these little guys here and get them rocking and rolling, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with our life, because that's kind of how I like to play it on this channel. I like to just get as many things started as I possibly can, and then we kind of figure out the rest as we go along. Okay, put the file away so we don't have an accident. Ooh, have a little zip of the ginger ale, and here we go. So, I'm just going to wind these up. And when I use the other 22 gauge wire, I am going to wrap right onto these. So I'm not worried about closing up the loops or anything like that. Right now I'm just worried about getting them wrapped up. You can see that I'm not cutting off the ends because I am doing this the most time effective way, which is to just do this portion first, then go back and do the cutting, because that includes having to switch tools, and I will just do all that in one swoop. So alright. So now I'll go in, I'll cut those guys off. I'm reading this new book about an octopus. Well, it's actually a murder story, but I don't know why, but this lady's talking to an octopus, or the octopus is narrating his own doings, and whatever stuff Shannon's listening to up there is making me think about it. Oh my goodness, you guys, I swear. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna get these guys all looped in. And sometimes they can be a little wonkety wonk because they spin a little bit, but it's fine. Get them in there. Make sure they don't jump out, bite nobody. And there we go. Alright, so these parts are officially ready to rock. Now, we're going to come with the wire. So originally, when we talked about doing this, it just helps my camera focus more. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit. What is the wrong way? So here is the little component. Now, if we flip it over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my wires above the flower, above the bee, and here in the middle, between this thing and this one. This one's kind of an awkward choice. Like, you could go like above the flower, in the middle, and then right here. But it doesn't really matter as long as you are hanging them all on the same thing, you know, on the same place on each earring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go above the bee, in the middle, and then above the flower. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get that ready. And first things first, I'm going to create a loop. Like so. And I'm going to open that loop up. So this is what we got. and I'm going to put on one of my leaf charms. I'm going to come in with the chain nose, grab a hold of that loop, and then I'm going to wrap this around 3 times. And I'm going to give it a trim. Tuck that in. And we are ready to rock. Now we have to decide what our little pattern is going to be. So I am going to bring a few of these out so I don't forget to add them in. And I think I'm going to start with a couple of chips. Spacer, spacer. They're cute. A couple more chips. So you just have to find a pattern that you like. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you land on is what you land on, I guess. Cute. And 2, 2, 2. Okay, so here's what I got, but I'm going to tell you that's going to be quite the earring if they're all going to be that long. Let me give you a little, back you up a little bit for a little size reference. That's pretty long. Here's my pliers. It's a little bit, my camera just died. It's a little bit long for my liking, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the top. I know you're like, it's long, because I love long earrings, but I am going to remove this top portion. And let's see how that looks. I think that's a little more manageable, honestly. You wouldn't have to make them all the same. You can make them any kind of way you want. So let's wind up the next one and see how that one looks. Like we could do a completely different one in the middle, still with our leaf. But we could do a completely different, like maybe all chips. Since we're removing chips, we could do all chips in the middle, which would be cute, I feel like. So let's see that. Okay, so what if we did all chips? So these are the ones we took off the top. So what if we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then did 4 spacers. 4, and then 4 chip beads. 3, 4, and then we might have to add some more spacers to make it the same length here. Yeah, probably like 3 or 4. 2, 3, 4. Yep, that looks pretty good. So that would be like that. And then 3 of the same one on this side. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so then what we need to do, one, 2, 3, alright, so then we got to recreate this other side. So we had 2, hey, you guys want to know what I just realized? I feel like I do this every time. And this may be an exaggeration, but I honestly feel I do this every time I make earrings like this. I don't know why. Lost my spacer. But I used all the beads that was supposed to be for 2 earrings. I used them on 1 earring. Why do I keep doing that? Wishful thinking? Anyways, that's fine because I know we have more of these in the catch-all section, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But just putting it out there that that's the thing I do. You gotta watch me. I don't know if I just didn't get out enough in the first place or what. I swear. Alright. Yeah, it's looking smashing. I got out enough for this side. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to dig over here real quick just to make sure. Yeah, here they are. So these are kind of in our catch-all section, so I'm not terribly worried. But I gotta get some of these beads out of here. I need 6 pink ones and some chip beads. That's what I need. These are going, oh yeah, I remember when I put these in here, they were going everywhere. With their little untied strings. Okay. Oh, those are also open. Alright. So, I'm just going to leave these ones out for now because I'm going to need a few more. Those. I'll just put those over here. Okay, we're back in business. No need to be alarmed. Right. Here we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap these, I think. Am I going to do that? Yeah. Wrapping them right on here might be a little complex. I'm willing to give it a whirl. So I'm going to go above the bee, put on the first one. I'm going to get my chain nose involved. Grab a hold of it. Wrap that guy around. Tail in. And let's see how we're sitting here. Nope. That is not it. It's not it. See how it's sticking out? Alright, so we're going to have to try again. Don't worry, it was just my wire. We're going to have to try again, but first I'm going to have to rewrap this guy because I had to cut him. So, let me try it with this one. So with this one, I'm just going to wrap it, and then we will dangle it with jump rings. Okay. So let me try that. Okay. Alright. So now I'm thinking an oval jump ring. Is going to be a good idea for us. I'll find some here. I'm thinking that's going to be probably a pretty good idea for us. Now we might have to use a couple. We'll see what happens here. We might have to use a couple of them. But let's try it with one. Hook it onto there, and then hook above the bee. Let's see what this gives. What is this giving me? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's doing its job. I'll look at the back. It is doing its job. I was just like, oh, I wonder if we went 2, what would happen? But, I mean, I don't think there's really a reason to do 2. Let's wind this one up and see how they all work together as friends. See if we can't get a cohesive work environment going on here. Everybody in their place doing their job. See how that works. So this is the middle one because I had to tear apart the other one we made. So this is the one that goes in the middle. Now I said I was going to go in the middle between the flower and this little diamond thing. And if you want to go in a different spot, by all means go ahead. Just make sure you're hanging them on the same spot on the earring, on the other side of the, on the other earring. Look how cute. Well, that one's working out just dangly-licious. Danglelicious. All right, so smash. It's a smash hit. Okay, so now I got to do this one over again because I had to cut it the first time. Here we go. Create a loop. And add this one back on there. Ooh. And wind him 3 times. Easy peasy. Doke. Now, rebuild this strand, 2 of the peridot, 2 spacers, 2 of the peridot, one pink, 1 spacer, 1 pink, spacer, and 1 pink. All right, now we're back in it. Just like that. We're back in it. Okay, so we're gonna wind this guy up. Get everything tucked in here. Okey-doke. My wrap got a little wonky on that one, but it's whatever. Here we go. And now this one goes above the flower. Let's see how that one's working out for us. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. So this one is, you know, like a little off center compared to the other, because this one isn't really like, they're not centered, these things. Like, no matter where you put them, they wouldn't be centered. So like I said though, I don't think that's really going to matter, because when you have this on your ear, it's going to be moving and you're going to be whatever, you know. I'm not terribly worried about it. If you are a person where that bothers you, this might not be the project for you. But okay, so now we need ear wires. I thought they gave us ear wires. I thought they gave 2 sets. Am I losing it? I must have put them with something else. Okay. Let me get earring finding here. Do I want to do a latch back? We can do a latch back. It's fine. I'm going to do a Tinky Tot. This is a Tinky Tot, in case you're wondering. I'm going to do a Tinky Tot and a 6mm. I don't know if a Tinky Tot is even going to be able to fit in there. Might not be able to use a Tinky Tot, he's so small. Okay. Come here, Tinky Tot. Tinky Tot on. So this is kind of a thing I like to do when I have multiple, when I have to add multiple jump rings. I'll usually use a larger one to connect to the piece and then a smaller one to connect to the earring. In this case, it does make a pretty big difference because first of all, one is an oval, so those ovals are going to add length, and that's the reason I use like a smaller one and a larger one. So it added length, but not that much. So I am pretty happy with these, the way they are turning out. Pretty happy with it. This one moves because it's got more space to move around. That's fine. I mean, we want things to be moving, especially for earrings, so that's great. We love a little movement. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce over and I am going to make the other side, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here we are with our completed earrings. I love them. So here they are, looking smashing. I like the dangle, I'm fine with. I'm fine with that. I wanted to measure them because they're the same on each side. So that doesn't bother me, but like I said, if it bothers you because they're not hanging directly in the middle, might not be your project. These are looking to be about 4 inches. The total being 4 inches, so they're pretty long. Long and dangly, but not too terribly long. They'd be great, like, they don't touch my shoulder or nothing. So yeah, I really like how they turned out. Happy with those, happy with these. And here is our completed project versus the design. I think it turned out smashingly. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you guys, that is the end for project number 3. These are really fun. I wish we would have had some more links like that, or like these little parts here, to use as earrings. Those are pretty neat. You know, I love me. I love a circle. I love a link. Anything that, you know, can work as a connector. I like that. So anyways, I hope you're all having a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. If you're not, I hope you are now. If you're new here or you have never had a Bargain Bead Box, feel free to use our code Thunderhorse86 at checkout on Bargain Bead Box website for your first subscription. Don't forget to share, do a comment, go ahead and share with us in the Facebook group what your earrings turn out like, or whatever you got going with the Bargain Bead Box. All that good stuff. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.